Right, hello everybody. It's been a while since I did a book review and I thought it might be interesting to look at this book. I saw this online. I can't remember what I was Google searching for something and this came up and I thought, now, yes, it says costume craft work on a budget, but it does have a big section on millinery and accessories. And I thought, I'll give that a go. I'll see what it's like. I'm sorry I can't pronounce the author's name, Tan something, obviously Chinese or Asian. Printed by Folio Press. In the details, I will give you, in the description below, I will give you the ISBN number, etc. if you want to try getting it from the local library and having a read. It's a very heavy, thick book. I managed to get it very cheaply because this had been damaged. It had water damage and it meant that a lot of the pages were stuck together, but they were only stuck at the top edge and it hadn't ruined the actual book. So anyway, he does lots and lots of info, and he's got section 1, makeup, teeth, wigs and beards, section 2, masks, section 3, hats and headdresses, and section 4, animal headdresses, and then section 5, armour, section 6, leather products, 7, accessories, 8, changing clothing into elegant garments, making new garments old, and sources and safety. So anyway, the first section isn't, probably anything see it stuck there, anything I'm particularly interested. Now, obviously, if you're a theatre designer, this may be an interesting book for you. He does go into teeth a lot. I was thinking if the dentist gets any more expensive, I might have to make my own dentures. But let's get to the start of the hat section. 37, I think. I haven't had a good look through the book yet because I only just got it yesterday. So in the hat section, he talks about making a top hat. And what I quite like is he gives you patterns. He gives you tips and hints on making a brim. He uses a round foam piece there for creating brims, which is quite a good idea. This is made out of buckram and stitched on a sewing machine. He talks about the fabric, covering the buckram, cutting out the fabric. It's he goes into detail, goes on for pages, which is good because a lot of these books only give you 1 or 2 pictures, but there are a lot of pictures here. Then that's the finished hat, looks very nice. Then he talks about making a brimless hat, so in effect a pillbox. He talks about making a round crown and a big brimmed hat, and that's quite nice. He's made the brim with triangles to give an alternative shape. He talks about altering a felt hat into a period cloche. He's done a nice example there. Blocking felt hats, making a policeman's felt hat, wireframe hats, horsehair and we don't call it horsehair now, we call it crinoline or crin, and I will be running a class on using crin. Tickets will be available on my website next week. So he talks about that there. He talks about enlarging a horsehair hat. Talks about making an Egyptian crown, turbans. He talks about making a very big turban there, a very sort of Eastern turban, designed for the Merchant of Venice. But he also talks about draped turbans, and this is quite an interesting section here, cutting the turban fabric and draping it so that you get a really good result at the end. It's probably a stuck together page, oh no. a soft drape turban where he's just wrapped the fabric. Again, quite nice. Then he talks about sort of Robin Hood type hoods, and he does give you patterns and diagrams and dimensions, which is good if you want to cut something similar. Making exotic headdresses out of foss shape a lot of the time. Oh, making a skull. That's quite interesting. I noticed this yesterday when I was flicking through. He covers a very big ball with foss shape, and once it's in the shape, he takes the air out of the ball, takes it out, and turns it into, it cuts into it and turns it into this sort of a basket. But I quite liked that idea. I might do something with that. Then he talks about using pipes and wires, and metallics, sort of witches type headdresses, Renaissance cauls and headpieces. Again, I like this book because there are lots and lots of diagrams and lots of pictures and lots of text, so you've got a bit of everything. And yeah. So yeah, plenty to read. Then he goes on to rubber, using rubber and using fabric and using foam. Oh look, there's his wire headdresses. They're a bit exciting, aren't they? Because they're aluminium, I'm assuming they're quite lightweight, although they look a bit dangerous. But interesting. Might investigate that. Yeah, he talks about foam, cutting and using foam for horses' heads and for animals. He does quite explicit instructions for turning some foam there into a little foam mole. There. So, yeah. Then he goes on to war helmets, body armour, shoes, how to make leather shoes, altering women's dresses. So all in all, it's an interesting book, and I hope you've enjoyed having a flick through it with me, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.